Uh, what I have seen based on what I've read, based on the cultures that I've been part of, based on teams that I have seen and interacted with, I think that there are six kinds of cultures, if I may bucket it along those terms, that you can see. If you imagine this as a speed dial in your car, right? So, for example, a speedometer in your car, and imagine a dial which kind of goes up and down. These are the six kinds of cultures that you can think of. So the first kind of culture is conspiratory. So typically, these are cultures where the environment is such and extremely competitive cultures where people want to do what is best for them as individuals alone. And not only stop there, but also will go out of their way to actually derail what others are doing so that they can win. Very, very rare to see this kind of cultures, but I have seen this kind of culture in organizations as well. So the next one is combative. So the difference between conspiratory and combative is conspiratory is happening behind the scenes. So people working against each other, and this is something that I have seen combative in organizations where different teams have different goals. So, for example, one team is incentivized on, let's say, X, and there is another team which is incentivized on exactly the opposite Y. And when that kind of a thing happens, then you start seeing combative cultures emerge within those teams, because then everyone wants to earn their incentives and want to do good and want to do what is expected out of them. So, but the way incentive structures are set up enable this combative nature within teams as well. So that's the second type of culture that you could potentially see. The third kind of culture is compliant culture. This is the kind of culture where you will find people are willing to do exactly what they're told and nothing more, nothing less. They just want to keep their jobs because their past experience tells them that showing initiative or taking initiative is not appreciated. Sharing ideas is not appreciated. People who go beyond or who kind of grow in the organizations are those who are compliant with what is expected out of them. While it is not bad, it is not great either if you really want to build an organization which is really doing well and which can actually drive innovation and creativity and uh, uh, you know at all. So that's the third kind of culture. So which is compliant culture. At this point in time, there is a tipping point. This is the tipping point beyond which, if you actually look at it, the next kind of culture that you can see is a cooperative culture. Now, here, people are willing to work with each other. Teams are willing to work with each other. There are some shared goals, but again, the thing here is that they will do this based on their self-interest. So, for example, I like working with you, so I will cooperate with you. I don't like working with another person, so I will not cooperate with that person. So it is individual based and individual based or at times team based. So, for example, a particular team is willing to work cooperatively with another team, but not with a lot of other teams, because the managers get along or because the team members get along or for whatever reasons, right? So it is still very specific to that individual or that team in order to start working together. Now, the next kind of culture, things really kind of take off from a creativity and innovation perspective, which is uh, collaborative culture. Here, I think so. I think collaborative culture is all about actively working together in order to achieve a higher goal, right? So, and this is not dependent on individuals. This is not dependent on teams. This is dependent on what we want to achieve together, which is goal relevant, which is uh, uh, vision relevant, which is the right thing to do, if you know what I mean. So that's the collaborative kind of culture. And then truly innovative culture is all about co-creation. So this is the kind of culture where you will find creativity thriving within the teams. People are open to share what is going on in their minds. People are open to share their ideas. People are open to. There is also, how do I put it? A lot of back and forth happening when it comes to co-creative culture, which is uh, even if not everyone agrees to what is being discussed, people are still open and are willing to address uh, contradictory views or conflicting views, because the environment is a safe, trusting environment, and everyone believes that our individual beliefs don't matter. What matters is the best that we can do to achieve what we want to achieve. So that's the 6 kinds of culture that I have seen.